A coal mine in China has erupted into one of the deadliest industrial disasters the country has seen in years. Dozens of workers are dead, families are waiting for news, and investigators are racing to determine whether this was a freak catastrophe or a preventable tragedy. This explosion at a coal mine in China has not occurred in isolation. It reflects broader, pressing global themes. The mining disaster, which resulted in multiple fatalities, underscores the inherent dangers associated with coal extraction, particularly in regions where safety regulations may be lax. As the world increasingly focuses on transitioning from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources, this tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for a sustainable energy transition. While many nations strive to reduce their reliance on coal, the reality remains that it continues to be a cornerstone of many economies, especially in developing countries where energy needs are growing. This incident raises critical questions about worker safety in hazardous industries. The mining sector, often characterized by demanding and perilous conditions, must prioritize the well-being of its workforce alongside economic output. The tragedy underscores that industrial growth should never come at the expense of human lives, emphasizing the necessity for robust safety protocols. In the aftermath of the explosion, we can anticipate thorough investigations aimed at uncovering root causes and potential regulatory failures. Such scrutiny may lead to significant regulatory reforms and a renewed focus on enforcing stringent safety standards in mining operations. Experts predict that this incident could catalyze discussions within the Chinese government regarding the future of coal mining regulations. The potential for stricter enforcement may emerge as a priority, particularly in light of rising public outcry. Looking ahead, the long-term ramifications for coal production and energy policy in China remain uncertain. This situation could prompt a reevaluation of the country's energy strategy, possibly accelerating the shift toward cleaner energy sources. It is crucial that China addresses immediate safety concerns while simultaneously committing to a sustainable future that prioritizes both energy security and the protection of its workers. To understand this disaster, we must delve into the broader reality of coal mining, a sector fraught with inherent dangers. The mining process itself is high risk, even in countries with stringent safety regulations. Underground conditions can shift rapidly, leading to catastrophic outcomes within seconds due to a small spark, a gas pocket, or a structural failure. Historically, mining disasters have ranked among the deadliest industrial accidents globally. In China, the legacy of mining accidents is deeply entrenched, with a long and tragic history. Despite ongoing efforts over the years to enhance mine safety standards, major accidents still occur, resulting in staggering death tolls. This persistent issue highlights significant challenges, including inconsistent enforcement of safety regulations across different regions. Local economic pressures often distort safety priorities, compelling some operations to cut corners to sustain production levels. The pressure to meet coal demands can be overwhelming, especially in a nation where coal remains a cornerstone of the energy mix. This is particularly evident during peak electricity demand or supply crises, prompting mines to operate under less than ideal conditions. While this does not necessarily indicate negligence in specific incidents, it underscores the systemic issues that contribute to the frequency of coal mine disasters. The impact of these tragedies extends beyond immediate loss of life. They also provoke public outcry and calls for regulatory reform. Moving forward, it is crucial for authorities to enhance safety protocols and ensure rigorous enforcement to prevent future tragedies. The mining industry must balance economic pressures with the imperative of worker safety. As China continues to grapple with its energy needs, the challenge will be to prioritize human lives while maintaining coal production. Sustainable practices and innovations could be key to reshaping the future of mining in the country. This story matters for four significant reasons. First, it represents a profound human tragedy. At the heart of this incident are the workers and their families, whose lives have been irrevocably altered. A mining disaster is never just a statistic. It translates into sudden deaths, missing individuals, and shattered communities grappling with loss. The anguish of families awaiting news of their loved ones adds a layer of emotional turmoil, creating a long, painful uncertainty. As rescue and recovery operations unfold, the final toll often continues to rise, intensifying the heartbreak. Second, this incident highlights the inherent risks associated with one of the world's most perilous occupations. Coal mining remains among the most hazardous jobs on Earth, fraught with dangers that have persisted despite advancements in technology. Underground mining can be lethal, particularly when safety systems fail. The major risks include gas explosions, tunnel collapses, flooding, fires, machinery accidents, and suffocation from smoke or toxic gases. A disaster of this magnitude suggests either a catastrophic breakdown of safety protocols or the disturbing possibility that warning signs were overlooked or ignored. Third, it carries significant political and regulatory ramifications. Large industrial accidents in China often spark intense scrutiny of local regulators, mine operators, and the effectiveness of inspection systems. If this mine was operating under unsafe conditions, the pressing question becomes not just what went wrong, but why those dangerous practices were allowed to persist. This incident could lead to calls for stricter enforcement of safety standards and a reevaluation of the mining industry's regulatory framework. Fourth, it has profound implications for energy and economic policies. China remains heavily reliant on coal for power generation and industrial activities, creating a precarious balance between energy demands, production targets, and worker safety. In this light, a major mine explosion serves as a stark reminder of the hidden costs associated with an energy system still tethered to one of the dirtiest and most dangerous fuels. Moving forward, this tragedy may catalyze a critical reassessment of mining practices and energy policies in China, emphasizing the urgent need for a transition towards safer and more sustainable energy sources. According to state media and early reports, a coal mine explosion in China has tragically claimed the lives of at least 82 individuals, with some reports estimating the toll could be as high as 90. The blast reportedly occurred deep within the mine, a location notorious for its hazardous conditions. Explosions in such environments are often triggered by a dangerous buildup of methane gas, coal dust ignition, or faulty equipment. Poor ventilation can exacerbate these risks, creating a ticking time bomb for miners. Once an explosion occurs, the likelihood of survival diminishes significantly. Underground miners typically face a dire situation with limited escape routes. The aftermath of an explosion can involve collapsing tunnels, smoke inhalation, and toxic gas exposure, turning a single event into a mass casualty disaster. This incident underscores a persistent issue within China's mining industry, where safety regulations often lag behind production demands. Despite improvements in safety measures over the years, coal mining remains one of the most perilous occupations in the country. China, being the world's largest coal producer, has a long history of mining accidents, with thousands of fatalities reported annually. The government has made efforts to enhance safety protocols, yet enforcement remains inconsistent, and many mines operate under outdated practices. The impact of this disaster extends beyond the immediate loss of life. Families of the victims face an uncertain future, grappling with grief and financial instability. Communities that rely on mining for their livelihoods will likely experience economic repercussions in the wake of this tragedy. Additionally, this incident may reignite debates about the sustainability of coal as an energy source, especially in light of global climate change concerns. As authorities begin their investigation into the precise cause of the explosion, there is a growing call for stricter enforcement of safety regulations within the mining sector. The government may face increased pressure to prioritize miners' safety over production output. Looking ahead, stakeholders in the mining industry, including workers, families, and regulators, must advocate for comprehensive reforms. Only through a commitment to safety and modernization can the industry hope to prevent such heartbreaking tragedies in the future. As we grapple with these questions, we invite you to share your thoughts. How should China address the safety of its mining industry? Subscribe for daily deep dives into the stories that matter.